Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Chicago Fire's new episode title hints at huge changes for Molly's Pub. It's cliched to refer to a landmark or location as a character in a show, but Molly's Pub comes close. The bar has appeared in all 4 Chicago shows and been the setting of some of the most loved and revisited moments in Chicago Fire history. Which is why the announcement made by Herman David Eigenberg during the episode Born of Fire was so noteworthy. The character informed his 51 co-workers that he intends to expand Molly's into a franchise and likens it to the real-life restaurant chain Ditka's. There are a lot of dangling plot threads to address post Born of Fire, but the title of the follow-up episode leads us to believe that the Molly's Pub expansion will be getting more screen time. The episode is titled Bar Time. Granted, Chicago Fire likes to sometimes sneak double meanings into titles, but Bar Time seems to be a pretty overt nod to Herman's retirement plan. It's a big deal to the character, which is something Mouch, Christian Stolt, commented on during their Born of Fire conversation. Herman has taken to tinkering with new drink recipes in an effort to bolster Molly's menu. He even made reference to the late Otis, Yuri Sardarov, who previously owned a portion of the bar. Molly's North was a hit, and it would have still been up and running if Otis hadn't, Herman said with a heavy heart, if he was still around. Herman has become the face of Molly's during the most recent stretch of Chicago Fire, which can make it easy to forget how many of the show's characters have actually been involved in the bar's success. Gabriella Dawson, Monica Raymond, owned part of Molly's before deciding to relocate to Puerto Rico in season 6. Dawson decided to split her shares between Herman and Otis, who ran the ship for an additional 2 seasons together. Otis died at the start of season 8, and his shares were bought up by Mouch and Trudy Platt, Amy Morton. Herman is the last owner standing. It would make sense that he would want to expand things and push the boundaries of the Molly's brand as he veers closer and closer to retirement. Mortality is an aspect of his character that has repeatedly been driven home over the last few seasons, between his wife's cancer scare and the injury that led to his partial hearing loss. Plus, a subplot in which Herman is trying out new cocktails sounds like a perfect platform for banter and comedic situations for him, Mouch, and whoever is brave enough to give the cocktails a try. It will also be interesting to see how Stella Kidd, Miranda Ray Mayo, factors into the decision to expand the franchise. Kidd has spent the last few seasons as the manager and main bartender at Molly's. She's about to take a big step in her personal life by adopting a child, so there may be a situation in which she also benefits from the expansion, or decides to make a change and spearhead one of the other locations. Either way, Bar Time makes it sound like we will be getting plenty of Molly's screen time, and we're here for it. As the latest episode of Chicago Fire looms on the horizon, fans have been buzzing about the title, Last Call at Molly's, a cryptic hint at some seismic shifts for Firehouse 51's favorite watering hole. For over a decade, Molly's Pub has been more than just a bar. It's been a second home, a safe haven, and a place where friendships have flourished and relationships have been tested. But now change is in the air and viewers are bracing themselves for what might be the biggest shakeup in the history of the beloved pub. The warning signs. Hints of trouble have been brewing in recent episodes. Herman has been unusually preoccupied, lost in thought behind the bar, crunching numbers in the back office, and deflecting concerned inquiries from his friends. Ritter has noticed the tension but has struggled to get a straight answer. Even Mouch, ever the optimist, has started wondering aloud if something is going on. Then there was the unexpected visit from a city official last week, clipboard in hand, making rounds through the bar, scribbling notes, and shaking his head. A routine inspection? Or something much worse? The ominous expression on Herman's face as he watched the official leave spoke volumes. A brewing crisis. Could financial trouble be spelling the end for Molly's? It wouldn't be the first time the bar has faced hardship. From electrical issues to competition from trendy new spots, Molly's has always found a way to survive. But if the title Last Call at Molly's is any indication, this time could be different. Speculation is running rampant. Some fans fear that rising rent costs and economic pressures are making it impossible for the bar to stay afloat. Others worry that a safety violation or liquor license issue is threatening to shut them down permanently. And then there's the possibility of a buyout. Could some corporate entity be looking to take over the space and replace it with another soulless chain bar? The emotional fallout. If Molly's were to close, it wouldn't just be a loss of a business, it would be the loss of a legacy. For Herman, it's his pride and joy, a labor of love that he and his partners built from the ground up. For Cruz, it's a place that holds some of his happiest memories, from his bachelor party to late-night bonding sessions with his colleagues. For Sylvie Brett, Stella Kidd, and the rest of Firehouse 51, it's been a place of celebration, commiseration, and camaraderie. But what if Molly's is forced to change in a way that makes it unrecognizable? Could Herman be facing an impossible choice: sell the bar to save his financial future or fight against the tide, even if it means losing everything? And how would the Firehouse cope without their beloved gathering place? A potential savior. Of course, Chicago Fire is no stranger to last-minute rescues. There's always a chance that someone swoops in to save the day. Could Severide, fresh off his return to Chicago, have a plan up his sleeve? He's never been the sentimental type, but he's also fiercely loyal. Maybe he has connections that could help turn things around. Or could Stella step in with a bold business move, rallying the Firehouse to launch a community fundraiser? Maybe Mouch and Trudy pull some strings within the department to find a legal loophole that could keep Molly's alive. One thing is for sure, the Firehouse won't let this battle go down without a fight. A new chapter? Even if the worst happens, Chicago Fire isn't known for leaving its characters without hope. Perhaps Molly's isn't ending but evolving. Could Herman and the team find a new location, or rebrand the business into something that works for the changing times? No matter what happens in Last Call at Molly's, one thing is certain: it's going to be a game-changing episode. Firehouse 51 has always been about family, resilience, and fighting for what matters. Whether Molly's can be saved or not, this crisis will test their bonds in ways they never expected. And as fans count down to the episode's premiere, one burning question remains: is this truly the end of Molly's, or just the beginning of something new?